Hi, hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalie. I am an artist and illustrator, and what I've been loving to do for all those years that I've been drawing is filling sketchbooks, which you can see here in this shelf. I've finished several sketchbooks and I really love working in them. I recently got really right back into it where I had a huge break during my studies. But even on my channel here, I always do sketchbook videos and I talk about drawing and having new ideas, and I always try to come up with something new and interesting. So I thought I'm gonna make a little video about 10 ideas that I can give you maybe to finish your sketchbook a little quicker, because I know it's really hard to come up with ideas sometimes, or you just get stuck in like one certain topic that you draw all the time and you get really tired of it and maybe want something new but can't really think of something. I certainly have that a lot sometimes, so I just wanted to compile a few ideas that might help you get out of this little sketchbook rut and also help you finish your sketchbook this year maybe. Oh yeah, and make sure you stay until the last tip because it's my favorite one and it actually helped me a lot while I was trying to fill out my sketchbook last year after a long time. So I hope it helps you too, and yeah, see you by the end of the video. So without talking any further, let's get right into it and let me give you those 10 ideas that you can start on now. So the first thing I would suggest, I know that a lot of people struggle a lot with having their sketchbook really pretty and having everything perfect in there and having everything look really nice. But a thing I could really suggest that gets your like creative juices really flowing are doodle pages. So just simply grab a pen and scribble on it. Scribble whatever is coming to your mind. It doesn't have to be pretty. It can be like really funny, like little creatures, maybe something in an art style you never really drew before, or just like some dots, some lines, and just come up with something like that. I feel like it really helps because sometimes even like a stupid idea you have in your mind can turn out into like a really good sketch in the end, or a really good idea. Like I said, the sketchbook doesn't have to be perfect, you don't have to make a masterpiece out of it, but doodle pages like this I feel like always really help you get going with your brain, get into like this little creative mind space. So yeah, just grab a pen and draw whatever. I think we all had these little moments in school, for example, when we just drew something completely random on a paper and it shouldn't have, like, it wasn't supposed to look pretty. Or maybe even with a friend, you drew something on one page and you couldn't stop laughing because sometimes the ideas you came up with were so silly. But I feel like these are really fun, and yeah, I couldn't recommend them more. So just scribble away, just do something. And maybe you even come up with a really good idea that you wouldn't have come up with if you wouldn't have just scribbled out random little lines. So the second thing I can suggest is trying your hand at challenges. That can be any challenge. I really like to do 10-minute challenges, as you can see on my account. Just these really quick challenges. I used to even do 3-minute challenges just to get going. I used to be like, okay, I'm gonna draw this person within 3 minutes, and usually it motivated me enough to jump into drawing this person like actually. And with actually I mean like for a long time, or like actually studying them and I don't know, drawing more, or even like drawing different people. And it kind of got me started from those 3-minute or 10-minute challenges to actually do more. If you don't feel like it after those 3 minutes or 10 minutes, that's fine. Don't pressure yourself, obviously, but I feel like maybe 80% of the times when I do a little quick, a few minute challenge, I want to continue drawing. And if those little time challenges are too much pressure and you don't really want to do that, there's so many other challenges online that you can look up. Draw this in your style challenges. There's also the 100 hat challenge. Those are a little more like intense, especially the 100 hats challenge. But if you really struggle with coming up with something, then for a few days maybe it might help to jump into something like this and just fill your sketchbook with those ideas. Hi, hello, it's me from the future, and I actually forgot to record point 3. So we're gonna do this now. So I look a little different. I put on the same outfit, but we're in the same mind space, okay? So for point 3, my biggest tip, actually, this is why I don't know why I forgot it, is draw your obsessions. And I mean that. Draw them with passion. Draw them with everything you have. Because I keep repeating it, but this is one of the things that always helped me to like fill out my sketchbooks or like improve or like practice being obsessed with something. I always have a show, a band, something that I'm obsessed about that I just want to draw all the time, and I'm sure you can find that too in your life. There's nothing cringy about drawing fan art. I don't know where this kind of mindset sometimes comes from some people. Draw what you love and do it a lot. It's so much fun and your sketchbooks are gonna get filled so quickly. For example, a band that you like. How would you draw these people? Or like a show you like. Draw the characters. How would you draw those characters in your style? Just experiment a little bit. Be obsessed. Show that you really like something. And it doesn't even have to be like a show or a band. This is what I'm usually really into. That gets me drawing, but it can be like themes. Is it, for example, astrology or like certain topics like mythology or I don't know, these kinds of things, like very broad things that you could maybe work with, and just be obsessed. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like you need to like diverge into something else because other people will make fun of you for like being obsessed with a certain theme. Just do it. It's gonna help you so much and I cannot recommend it more. So yeah, that was point 3. And let's get back to past me, who has more to say. So the next idea I have is just draw whatever you see. I did a few times, I drew in my sketchbook just drawing my desk or drawing like something that I see in my room. This is especially a practice that I did when I started out drawing. I just drew whatever I saw, what was in front of me, and I just took that as an inspiration. Just be creative, try to imagine something with like the objects in front of you, or make characters out of things that have like an interesting color scheme or something like that. Just work with the things that you already have around you so that you don't need to necessarily exhaust your brain with coming up with something completely new. And for idea 5, I know maybe a lot of people don't want to hear that, but studies, anatomy studies, hand studies, whatever you want to study, whatever you want to get better with, just use like pages to fill those with. Maybe even portrait studies. And yeah, do your studies, they're important. Now for point 6, it kind of ties into the 4th point that I have, which is draw what you see. But what I personally really like to do is go to museums, study the drawings there, especially like sculptures. I really like to just sit down and draw those. It's so much fun and you learn so much from it. And also it's a nice memory for your trip when you come back. And if you don't feel like drawing in public, what I like to do is just take a picture and draw it somewhere else where you feel more comfortable. I don't know, it's just like a memory page. You don't have to do that with museums necessarily. This is what I like to do. But now that I talk about it, you can also do this on trips. Draw what you see there, capture the memories, draw some signs. Or when you don't have a museum around, I feel like a lot of cities have like statues or like little art pieces that you can go to and maybe draw. You know, just look around. The art of noticing, as so many YouTube videos say. And look around and see what you can do, what you can draw. But yeah, I really like going to museums and studying from the masters. I also have a few art books in there in the shelf to inspire me when I really feel stuck, that I can do master studies from. I like to pick them up at museums, so I always have them at home. So yeah, just another tip. And the next idea suggestion I have for you, who's always around? Who's always around when you want to draw? Yourself. So you can just draw yourself. Take a few pictures. I do this a lot. I did this a lot when I was drawing my comic. Just reference poses, whatever you have in mind. Take a little self-portrait and draw that and give yourself some love. You don't need to draw yourself. You can draw a character in that pose or like draw a character in the outfit you're wearing or something like that. But you can also give yourself a little love and maybe try to draw yourself every now and then. Make a persona out of it. Make a little chibi version of yourself. Try to figure out how you want to represent yourself. And if you already have a persona like that, just draw a whole page of them doing something like I don't know, world domination or just chaos all over the world. Try and make something fun with yourself. Just work with what you have, which is yourself. You're here all the time, so make use of it. Oh, and what I forgot to mention, you can even imagine yourself in like your favorite shows. How would you look in there? I recently saw this trend where a lot of artists imagine themselves in their favorite shows or in their favorite universes, and I thought it was a really fun idea to get yourself into this like creative space. So just fill a page with your favorite shows. A spider sauna, for example. I don't know, everything could be fun. What's your newest obsession? Just put yourself right in there, and yeah, just have fun. So another point I have, just do studies of the artists you love. Don't upload them, don't show them on the internet, but you can do studies, you can figure out what you like, especially about that certain art style, and draw. Like what I used to do is I took a lot of pictures of the artists that I liked, and I used to draw the way they draw eyes on like a full page, just to figure out how I want to draw eyes, what are the specific things that I like about all these different artists, and I just studied. So, and it helped me a lot with actually discovering my style, so I can just highly recommend that technique. But like I said, don't upload it, don't sell it as yourself. Just do some studies and figure out how you want to draw in the future. Don't make exact copies. It's always good to compile from different artists, see what you like from different ones. You don't want to be a copy of someone else. Just figure out what you could do or what more you could learn from those studies. And then we're almost at the last point. Draw your OCs, make new OCs. I once drew an OC that was based on a tree. He is a tree. I don't even know how I came up with that, but like just look around and see what you could do. And the last tip I have, which is actually my favorite tip because it helped me a lot with all of my sketchbooks, is try a new medium. I have been afraid to do anything else in my sketchbook other than just drawing with pencil for so long, and once I got out of that comfort zone and tried out different mediums and different things that I didn't even think I would like for example, I made a little oil pastel video recently and I just made it for fun, but I ended up really liking drawing with oil pastel, and I would have never imagined. So maybe you even will find like a new love and something you would really love to work more with. So I can highly recommend new art mediums. Is it watercolors? Is it ballpoint pen? Is it, I don't know, ink? Maybe it's acrylic, maybe it's oil pastels like I did. And there's so many options. Sometimes we as artists even have like things laying around. I had my oil pastels laying around for years and I never used them. Or like I have a bunch of watercolors that I also still want to use. And it's just like you could use anything. Just try something new and you might actually awaken something in you, and it's really fun, and I'm always glad that I did it if I did it. And if you don't like it, just switch to another one again and you can always go back to pencil again. But yeah, those are my ideas for filling your sketchbook, and I hope you got some inspiration out of it and maybe you feel motivated to start right now. And I even have a task for you. If you really want to draw something in your sketchbook, take your sketchbook in your hand, lay it out in front of you, take a pen and already put the pen on the sketchbook, and as soon as this video stops, you're gonna start drawing. That's your task. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you feel motivated. Keep that pen there, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. And now it's time to start drawing. So yeah, see you then, and hopefully I can see your drawings. So bye bye, see you next time.